What up, everybody? It's your boy Hally back again, Gvg Podcast, Detroit representative to the day that I die, East Side in the building and all that good stuff. I hope you blessed. I hope this message finds you blessed. Got this shirt for Father's Day, y'all. Darth Vader, I am your father. Can't get as deep as him, but I am your father. Y'all know what it is? Representing, you know what I'm saying? All the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. I know this episode gonna air after Father's Day, but we gonna keep it going. It's Father's Day all week up in here. You feel me? It's Gvg Podcast. It's your boy Hally. God versus guys, the true God versus the people and deities and things that we worship and put in front of him. Y'all know how we do. We drop episodes every Thursday. It's your boy Hally. I get my points off the phone and then I go off the fly. Y'all ready? It's already done. What up, though? I hope everybody been feeling good, man. Like, it's 2024, man. We 6 months in. It's almost done. It's almost time for 2025, baby. It's a hot summer in Detroit right now. I tell you, bro. It's a hot summer in Detroit already. Throw an egg up in the air, it's gonna come down scrambled, bro. Like, it's hot. And there's a lot of stuff going on in the city. So, all my people, man, show Detroit some love. Show the city some love. We ain't all crazy. All right, my people, today, y'all know we're going to be talking, y'all know I always talk about something crazy, I always got something going on, this, that, and the other. Today, we're going to be talking about Kendrick and Drake, man. Let's do it. Let's hop right into it. I already know what it is. It's a big thing, and now you got all this stuff going on, so we're going to hop right into that. And I know that this is GVG, God versus gods, but a lot of times we put these people on pedestals and make them demigods, so we're going to jump right into it. Let's go. We live in a time where gossip and drama rules. You can see that with Shannon Sharp and Shaq. You can see that with Cat Williams and everybody he's been up against. You can see that with whoever you can think of. In our community, in our culture, gossip and drama rules. Wendy Williams shot to fame because she was airing out everybody's gossip and drama. The Breakfast Club, all these different entities are gaining ground off of being TMZ. And the latest thing is Kendrick and Drake. You know, it's crazy because Kendrick can drop a woke song. He could drop something that is talking about our people. He could drop something that's talking about change, you know, because all these guys are capable of this. But he's popping, really popping, when he starts to get into that drama lane. When he starts to get into that lane of the gossip and the drama and you this and you that and I'm telling your dirty laundry and everybody this, that, and the other, now Kendrick is like uber popular. He's the thing right now. And, you know, Drake has been doing his thing for years. You know, he's a Canadian. He was, you know, Degrassi High, you know, made hits about women. And then, of course, he got to a point where he was feeling himself. And like most people, when you get that money, you start to think that you're something more than you actually are or how you were when you grew up, like people like Ja Morant, you know. You get all that money, you start flashing guns and being this type of person that you don't have to be or that you never really were before. So in this case, Drake is not that type of person. Everybody knows that. But he's a man, you know. But then when you look at Kendrick, yes, Kendrick is one of the best diss track artists out here. You know, one of the best diss track artists alive. But Kendrick talks about a lot more than dissing. It's just sad to me that we live in a time where he's revered for his diss tracks more than he is for the things that he's trying to do to uplift our people. That's why I say, like, we live in a time where gossip and drama is the thing. We live in a time where that juicy gossip. What they say, what she do, oh, she said this, he said that. Girl, did you hear this? Did you hear that? That's the time we live in, people. And I think it does a disservice to us as a community, as a culture, as a nation, that all we do is deal with gossip and drama and negativity and he said, she said, and I fight this and I do this and I kill that. Like, this is the time we live in. And Kendrick and Drake are just the next thing that's happening to distract us or to keep us on that distraction hamster wheel. Which brings me to the point of, it may not be that way, but to the masses or to the nation, it's just going to be more black men tearing each other down. When you look at other cultures, you look at country singers, rock and roll, whatever genres you want to use, you've never heard a rock song dissing someone outside of MGK and Eminem, bringing rap culture into the fold. You've never heard Blake Shelton talking about, I'm gonna kill that cowboy when I see him, yeah. I'm gonna pull out these blickies and I'm gonna do them in. Oh yeah, if I see your girl on the street, I might just hit her with a 2-piece, no biscuit. Like, you don't see that. They're not beefing. They're coming together. They're commending each other. They're like, I love that song. I love this. I love that. I love their family. I love what they're about. Cultures are so different in today's, just period, with us. Our culture is like King Kong, Godzilla. We gotta fight. We gotta go against each other. But when you look at these other cultures, they're not tearing each other down. They're building each other up. And that's a sad thing for us, because for some reason, we can't exist together. Some would call it the slave mentality, but we can't exist together in our culture. For some reason, we have to be in competition. We both can't exist in the same realm and be successful. There's always somebody that's trying to sabotage someone or make them, I'm better than them. I got more money than them. I got more hits than them. But you see these guys over here. You've never heard a rock artist make a diss song about another rock artist. They don't even I don't even pay attention to them like that. Like, I love their music. I love what they got going on, but I'm not sitting up here trying to diss them because, they did this, they did that. No, we the ones at the Source Awards fighting and shooting. We the ones at the Grammys slapping each other and at the Oscars slapping each other. We the ones that's doing this stuff. It's our culture. People running up on us on stage. Somebody ran up on Dave Chappelle. Like, they not doing that at a Jeff Dunham show. They're heckling Cat Williams. So we have to look at this. Like, for some reason in our culture, we can't let people exist without feeling like they got to come down to our level or lower than us to make us feel better about ourselves. Like, this is a crazy thing to me, people. Like, think about it. Nobody else is tearing each other down except us. Nobody else is going through the measures that we go through to make sure that we're going to air out all your dirty laundry. Epstein Island and all these different pedophile rings and human trafficking and the crazy elites and the executives and all the things that people are going through. Nobody's airing that out, but we're quick to push the agenda of us tearing each other down and talking about all of our own dirty laundry. I'm not saying you can't do that. What I'm saying is, when do we get to a point where it's not just about my equal or my peer, and it's about the higher ups who allow this and who push this? And one of the worst things about this is we teach the youth this behavior. I don't know how many of you saw the video of the young children who were singing the Kendrick Lamar song, But, they knew it word for word. They were yelling it. It's probably 40, 50 kids, and they're all in unison, in sync, singing this song, all the cussing parts, all this, that, and the other. And I said, wow, we are teaching the youth the dramatic behavior. We're teaching them separation. We're teaching them the slave mentality. We're teaching them to tear each other down. And we're teaching them to be bullies. We're teaching them to be angry and be these people who are crazy. And of course, some people can say I'm reading too far into it. I'm not mad at you for that. I'm not mad at you for saying I'm reading too far into it. I'm just saying that when children are born, we teach them how to walk. We teach them how to talk. We potty train them. We teach them what clothes are, what a TV is, what kindergarten is. We teach them these things and they learn it from us. And in today's time, the youth are learning the behavior of the influencers and of the entertainers and the rappers and all these different people. They're learning that behavior, and we are the culprits. We are the ones that are teaching them this toxic behavior. And it's a sad day because most entertainers and rappers and people will say the parents need to censor them. It's not my fault if they're listening to my music or if they're watching my videos, but everyone has access to a phone. They'll say restricted. Come on. My daughter had a phone. I took that phone. She had a throwaway phone. I took the throwaway phone. One of her friends gave her a phone. What am I going to do? Drag her? No, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying that we live in a time where the youth are being taught values and morals that go against healthy things. And it's our fault. I'm not blaming Kendrick or Drake or J. Cole or Charleston White or any of these people personally, but you do have to take some accountability for how you help shape this world and how you help shape our youth. And right now, the youth knows division. Right now, the youth knows the haves and the have-nots. It's not about spirit. It's not about the inside. It's not about dreams and goals for my family. It's about dreams and goals so I can flex on people. It's a tough time that we live in where children can't really be children anymore. And they are taught these crazy things. And they're going to run with it. Children are like a sponge. So when you teach them hate, anger, anxiety, depression, I'm only worth as much as my shoes and my car. This is what they're going to take in, and this is what they're going to internalize, and then which bring forth into the world. Children start out innocent. They say that we're born in sin, but children start out innocent. There's no racism in a 4-year-old. There's no capitalism in a 4-year-old. There's no colonialism in a 3-year-old. There's no political party. There's no agendas. There's no sexual agendas. There's none of these things in a child. These are things that are taught. And once they're taught these things, they're like sponges. And before you know it, all of the things that they learn, they start to internalize them, and then they bring them forth in their morals and their goals and their values to the world. And that's another product of social media. Why can't we settle our differences behind doors? Social media has really done its job to where we don't settle things behind doors anymore. It's kind of crazy to me that everybody airs their grievances out on social media. And some people will air out their grievances on social media and then get mad when someone else does it to them. They say, oh, you could have called me, or you could have did this or did that, but they're doing the exact same thing. There has been too many of our people going at each other on social media and letting the world have opinions and comments and I side with him, I side with her, instead of just being like, you know what? I'll just call you, talk to you like a man or talk to you like a woman. I'll text you and we can meet up for lunch or something and just talk and air these things out to where the rest of the world doesn't have to be involved. You know, I said this before. If two men on the street were fighting, the only people that would have access would be the people right there that saw it. And now we live in a time where those two people can fight. Somebody can record it and give it to the world. And now the world can have perception and opinion and all those things on what they feel, and oh, he did this and he should have did that. You know, this is the time that we live in, people, where Cat Williams can break the internet, Terrence Howard can break the internet, talking about things and bringing certain things to light where it's just polarizing. It's a tough thing. It's a tough thing to live in a world or in a time where we can't settle our differences behind closed doors. There are some things that are just private. There are some issues that are just private. If you're having an alt with your brother, you take it up with your brother. You don't talk behind his back. You don't tell 30 people. You don't do all of this. But this is the time that we live in, where I could have a problem with my brother and I'm going to put it on Snapchat or Facebook or Instagram, and he's going to see it on there. And by the time he sees it, there's 1,000 comments. And he's like, dang, that's my brother. Like, he couldn't just talk to me and call me or text me and be like, hey, this ain't cool. Nah, he had to air it out on the internet because he's seeking attention. We have a lot of attention seekers in today's time. And what comes from attention seeking is you have a lot of men who are behaving like women. I break that down for you like this. Most of us don't understand that if somebody steps on your shoe, or if somebody wears a certain color, or somebody does something that rubs you the wrong way, men are supposed to be logical, emotionally intelligent, and responsible. If someone steps on your shoe and you think you need to fight them or shoot them, you are acting emotionally. Women are more in tune with their emotions. Most of the time, if you set a woman off by saying something or doing something, she's going to fly off the handle. So men have adapted the same values or the same views, or I could say the same reactions as a woman when it comes to emotions. If someone steps on your shoe, logically you say, hey, you stepped on my shoe. That person in turn says, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. You wipe it off. If it's a scuff, you live with it because they didn't mean it. In today's time, you gonna buy me a new pair of Dunks, bro. We about to settle this outside, bro. I'm about to shoot you, bro. I'm about to hit you with the switch, bro. Like, it's emotional. It's not logical. It's not responsible. A lot of men behave like women in today's time, and that's no slight or no disrespect to women. I'm just saying that women are more in tune with their emotions. So when certain things happen, they get more direct in their emotions and have more knee-jerk reactions. So when you see men do that, the penitentiary and the cemetery is full of men who had knee-jerk reactions. So don't get it twisted. Don't think I'm slighting women. I'm just saying that men are more logical. They're wired more logically, and women are more wired emotionally. And that's the conundrum of being a woman, because women have so much wisdom, but there's certain things that can set them off that puts their wisdom to the side. So understand that we're also living in a time where men are starting to behave more like women. And of course, we know women are starting to behave more like men. They are proud of it. I said earlier, there's so much pressure on men trying to be men that they're starting to run from it. And women are running towards being men. They're running towards it. They're like, I want all of that. I want all the smoke. I want the responsibility. They don't want the accountability, but I want the responsibility. I want the monetary things. I want to be able to say I got my own car, my own house, my own this, my own that. But they're not willing to be accountable, which is part of the process. Which, of course, we know. We can look at Drake. Drake has a lot of emotional times, and there's a lot of femininity in some of those things. And I think what a lot of us lack in today's time is emotional intelligence. A lot of us lack common sense. We lack emotional intelligence. We lack patience. We're so quick to be offended. We're so quick to feel disrespected in today's time. And we're so quick to react instead of actually thinking before we act. We have lost our emotional intelligence in 2024 going into 2025. We have lost our emotional intelligence. It's not there anymore. Common sense is gone. We're acting like animals. We're acting off instinct, and we're very selfish. So when I look at Kendrick and Drake and the beef and all the things that they're dealing with, I ask myself, is this part of the plan? You have people who believe that you have industry plants, you have distractions, you have these things that the elites bring forth, you have gematria, you have all these things where some people say it's just part of the plan. Some people say it's just another distraction. You know how they say 15 minutes of fame, there's also 15 minutes of distraction, because 15 minutes ago, something else happened. And 15 minutes later, something else is going to happen. So is this just the next distraction? Is this just the next thing to keep us sleeping, Noel, and stop thinking about politicians or the bad things happening or the things that's going on in the world because we need something to soothe our brains? It's possible. It's definitely possible, because it could be a part of the plan. Because who helps bring these songs out? Who executive produces them? Who distributes them? Who pushes these messages that we get from the women and the men? Who pushes all of the sex, the drugs, and the murder, and the danger, and the denigration of people? Who helps push these things? Because if you say something wrong about a certain type of person, it gets shut down. But when you say something wrong about a black man, a black woman, it doesn't get shut down. That's crazy. It's very crazy. I don't know if anybody pays attention to that. But we could talk about killing all day. I shot this, I shoot that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm coming with the cans, I'm coming with the blicks, I'm knocking dudes out, I'm shooting this, I'm messing with your baby mama. We can do that all day. I've been selling dope, I've been trapping. We can do that all day. I hate you, I'ma kill you, I'm on your block. We can do that all day. But Say something wrong about someone else. You'll get censored. You'll get blocked. So it's crazy time that we live in, people. That's why I wonder, is it all a part of the plan or not? Is it just a coincidence? Or are there people who are setting these things off to put them in place? Now, I know there's always people that will play the devil's advocate and say, oh, he just hating, he this, he that, he a disgruntled rapper, he this, he that. Yeah, you can say what you want. But am I hating or am I just calling it like I see it? Some people will agree, some people will disagree. That's okay. Because that's your prerogative, that's your opinion, that's your perception. Am I hating or am I just calling it like I see it? I'm old school. I'll admit it. I love a good old-fashioned diss track back when I was, in the world like that. Tupac was going crazy on everybody. Ice Cube, Eminem. We had people that were dissing people, so I'm not saying that it's not something that can be done. I guess my perception of things have just changed as you get older. So when I look at Kendrick and Drake and J. Cole and all the drill rappers who've died, all the rappers who've died, all the different people who have fallen, it's just a sad thing because we can't coexist. It's a sad thing because we can't wait to bring the other person down in order to bring ourselves up. So you can say I'm hating, but to me, I feel like I'm a straight shooter and I call it like I see it. And it's just another distraction for people. It's just another situation that we lose in. That's all. And within me calling it like I see it, it's only our culture. It's only happening in our culture. I'm not saying that people don't kill people in other cultures or none of that, but for some reason, we're the ones. We the ones beefing. We beefing all the time. We the ones mad at each other and hating each other and talking crazy about each other in the songs and living a certain way and doing certain things. Every time you go on Instagram, it's 30 people beating up 2 people. Like, and all these people out here are like, what's wrong with them? Why are they such animals? Why are they so crazy? Why are they savages? Why are they acting like beasts? Why do they act like they can't live next door to each other? And we glorify it. We glorify it. We love it. We breathe it. We love when people get jumped. We love when people get beat up. We love when people get stabbed and shot. We love to see people dramatic and talking crazy and I hate this B and I do this to this dude and I wish you would come on my block. And this mentality is crazy. But it's every day, all day, in everyone's face. See, within our culture, we may understand it, but these other cultures, they're just looking at us like these dudes are wildebeest. They might as well be lions in the jungle because they don't have any sophistication to them. They don't have any thought to them. They just do. Why are there so many baby mamas and baby daddies and nobody likes each other? Because they're just animals. Why they're running up and shooting kids when they're trying to shoot someone? They're just animals. They're just wild. They're untamed. For some reason, these people don't know how to be people. So it's just crazy to me, y'all. One thing I want to say is I believe that Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake are all talented. I believe that they all have their own lanes and they all have, in some way, shape, or form, contributed to further progress, and they have all contributed to holding our people back. And that's okay for me to say. Because Jay-Z, Tupac, whoever you want to name, they're great. But at the end of the day, they also contributed to us acting and being a certain way. Jay-Z talked about shooting and killing, and Tupac talked about shooting and killing, and Biggie talked about shooting and killing, and everybody talked about shooting and killing and looting and robbing and stealing, and that's what we did. And I done it myself. And a lot of my music before I woke up, I was talking about the same things. So I had to grow up, become accountable, and learn that this ain't it. This ain't it. A lot of us, we need to grow up. We need therapy. We need to get some maturity in our life. We need different environments, different influences. We need to learn how to change. So there's no disrespect to Kendrick. There's no disrespect to Drake or J. Cole. But understand, at the end of the day, people, these people are turning into influencers. The new leaders are influencers. And they are influencing us in ways that we can't even understand. I want to let y'all know that I love everyone. There are people that the Heavenly Father says, yes, that they are his enemy. But he also said, love thy enemy, love thy brother. I have love for Kendrick. I got love for Drake. I got love for J. Cole. I got love for all of the brothers out here, the sisters out here, whatever nationality you are. I love people because you are God's children. But at the end of the day, I'm going to call it like I see it. And a lot of us are contributing to the stupidity and the killing of our own people. And I don't stand for that. I stand for forward progress in humanity. This your boy Hally. It's Gvg Podcast. I love all of y'all. Y'all know we going to keep dropping episodes every Thursday. And we ain't going nowhere through the pain, through the rain, through the ups and downs, the love, the shame, whatever it is, we gonna keep going. Understand that this walk is hard, people. I go through a lot and I'm still here. We go through a lot and we still here. I'm not alone in my pain because I know you feel it. Understand that Drake is a human being who makes mistakes. Kendrick is a human being that makes mistakes. They fall short just like we do. 5 years later, they might look back on these things and say, man, what was I thinking? What was I doing? We don't know. But understand that the state of mind that they're in, something is driving them, something is pulling them to be who they are right now in this moment. So I just want to pray for all of us. I want to pray for them. I want to pray for the people out here who are hearing those things, who are listening, and who are acting on those things. I hope that no harm comes to anyone behind this. I hope that everyone is able to get past this moment, and understand, y'all could talk about Drake till the cows come home, but he got enough money to dry his tears. Kendrick got enough money to dry his tears. We are all just consumers and listeners. We are followers at the end of the day, people. Understand, it's your boy Hally. I love all of y'all. It's Gvg Podcast. We drop episodes every Thursday. It's the Detroit representative to the day that I die, East Side in the building, and all that good stuff. Understand that Kendrick and Drake is here for 15 minutes. And before you know it, somebody else gonna come along and take your attention. We out.